Alright, so as we are Nintendo fans, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is basically the highest selling thing to come out of Nintendo, minus like the original Super Mario Bros. And like Wii Sports, we naturally care about the next Mario Kart, which is either Mario Kart 9, or if we include Tour, then Mario Kart 10. So we of course want to know when the next Mario Kart is coming, right? Now I already made a video saying that we might not get the next Mario Kart even with the next Switch, and they might wait till the Switch after that. You could check out that video for my discussion there. But this leaker is suggesting that we might still be seeing the next Mario Kart with the Switch 2, and that it's actually been in development for a while. So we're gonna get into this. Of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please make sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers this year. But nonetheless, we're gonna get into this. We got an article from Zippo, and yes, he has leaked Nintendo stuff before. His track record is kind of 50-50. I mean, I don't even give numbers to it, but his track record is here and there. But he claims that he knows what's going on with the situation, and because we're in the dark, we're going to have to check this out. It says, why Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC makes sense, and why Nintendo is pulling a Street Fighter 5. I guess by pulling a Street Fighter 5, he means like how they milked it, like, because it came out 2016, they dropped the Arcade Edition in 2018, and they dropped the Champion Edition in 2020, and they dropped the Champion Edition, all characters packed into it. They were just milking that shit. But, you know, they've announced Street Fighter 6 now. But he says, I apologize for the long wait for this article. I've seen the impatient folks, yada yada yada. I'm impatient. Let's get to the point. 2 reasons why Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC makes sense. 1. Oh wait, no, these are the 2 reasons why the article took long. It says, I was waiting for some more information from contacts to come in. I will never rush that kind of thing for the sake of getting an article out sooner. And 2, knowing there was going to be a Capcom announcement soon, I wanted to wait until Street Fighter 6 was actually announced to be able to fully use this analogy. I promise it will make sense. Without further ado, as we all know, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is getting DLC 5 years after release. But why? Why so long after its initial release? Let's get into some reasons as to why. Aside from the big reason, it be making money with less effort. But anyway, it's cost effective. Let's go by a little thing we like to call Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is usually the best one, and in this case, it's as simple as that. Mario Kart 8, believe it or not, is nearing 8 years old. This is an old Wii U game that Nintendo made when they were still having issues with HD development. I don't think those issues are done yet, but you know, let's keep going. Those days have long since ended, and Nintendo's gone it down to a science. So just giving this to an outside developer who knows what they're doing, Namco Bandai, wait, Namco Bandai working on this DLC? Is an easy, cost-effective move for them. Additionally, this is being made on a relatively low budget, surprise, surprise. This wasn't obvious by the huge conversation concerning the visuals. Nintendo isn't spending a ton of money on this. The sheer difference in graphical fidelity is astounding, and he shows a track from Base 8, which is obviously, I think this is Royal Raceway, right? Like my track names are a bit, I've forgotten all that shit. Actually, the DLC is coming. I need to do a stream on that. Actually, I forgot about that. And then we can see the track from the booster pack, where it's like, look at this whole thing. It's like one color. There's like no gradient here. There's no detail and texture. It's just, it's a mess. Like, you could probably port this to Mario Kart 64. Some mod is gonna do that shit. Put this in Mario Kart 64. Obviously, it won't look as good as it looks here, but I still think graphically they could probably downport this to 64, and it would still like fit within 64's world. It wouldn't look significantly better than the other tracks in 64. The lighting is much worse, the environments are far less detailed, and the attention to detail that Yabuki's team put into every track is sorely missing here. As I said in my last article, BN is up-resing these tracks and calling it a day. This is an outsourced, low-budget project for them. While the amount of content here is crazy, the content itself is lazy. Well, it says isn't very ambitious, but the rhyme was too good to ignore, of course. It's Mario Kart's 30th anniversary. This year marks the 30th anniversary of Nintendo's most popular series, celebrating the occasion with 48 additional tracks representing 3 decades of the series is the perfect way to do it. This just makes complete and total sense. Where's the characters? Karts? Everything else? This is a pretty cut and dry question with an equal answer. Simple. You're not getting any of that. If the DLC was offering any additional content such as characters, they would have said so. The DLC is already low budget as is. The folks going, well, they didn't say the game was going to get just tracks and nothing else. are missing the forest for the tree. What kind of term is that? I've never heard that before in my life. You don't go out your way to make your DLC sound cheaper if that stuff isn't there. This is business 101. I mean, obviously they're not gonna go the extra mile for the DLC. People already bought the game. They're just gonna go in and just sell you some more shit. It's simple as that, right? People talk about how unimportant characters are in Mario Kart, and maybe they have a valid point, but the fact is, each character has to be modeled, animated, and tested endlessly to make sure they're properly implemented successfully. It's more money than Nintendo doesn't want to spend, I believe that. The same goes for new carts and rearranged music. Think about how much money that would have costed to do that for 48 tracks. This is once again DLC on a budget. It's truly a case of quantity over quality. So we're not getting like remixed music? Ugh. I mean, Mario Kart 8 had a beautiful soundtrack, so not being able to get like redone music for these tracks, I mean, they're just gonna rip the music from what, Tour? I don't even remember what the Tour soundtrack sounded like. I haven't played that game in years. Then it says filling schedules. The brilliant thing about this new content is that given that there are 6 of them on the way, Nintendo can now use them however they see fit. If there's a slow period of releases, drop a new pack. The holiday season needs one more bomb, drop a new pack. They've got breathing room of when they can drop these now, and that's a very good thing. It's an immediate hype driver, because driver, car, okay, well. And it will keep hype going for the next 18 months or so. So any dry period of content, like for the Switch, and they're just gonna drop 6 remastered Tour tracks, they really thought this one through, haven't they? Nintendo pulled a Street Fighter 5. Okay, so I'm sure some people are about to say, where in the world is he going with this? Outer space? Well, if you get there, say hi to Kid Cudi for me. You probably aren't wrong, but let me explain. Street Fighter 5 is another game that got expanded with further content for years, including a re-release with additional content added in, just like Mario Kart. The newly announced 6th main installment had a development time that was extended due to things going on in the background that I won't get into here. In the meanwhile, who the fuck says in the meanwhile? Like in the meantime, or like meanwhile on its own, not in the meanwhile. SFE, a game that people believed was winding down support in preparation for the next game, was extended with an additional year of DLC. Based on what we know, I strongly believe that is the case here. I believe at one point there were plans for the next Mario Kart to hit the Switch, but due to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's absolutely insane sales, Nintendo decided, we gonna rinse that money, bruh. We gonna keep that shit up. Fuck a MK9, fuck a MK10, we gonna rinse 8? Nintendo decided to concurrently have DLC made as a stopgap to keep interest going while development on the next Mario Kart continues for the next generation, much like the situation over at Capcom/Dimps. This content, much like the last season of Street Fighter 5, is a stopgap. I hope all of that made sense, haha. And they mentioned the Switch 2, and this is where it gets interesting. Well, here's the tricky part of the whole thing. We don't currently know when this next console is coming out or when its announcement is either. The global chip shortage has been a huge problem, not just for Nintendo, but the entire world as a whole, and there's no end in sight. So it's incredibly hard to say where the next Mario Kart fits into this. One thing that's very clear to say now is that the next Mario Kart will be released early into the new system's life cycle, which brings me to a new scoop. Mario Kart X is reportedly a soft reboot. Multiple sources familiar with the situation have informed me that this new Mario Kart is being positioned as a soft reboot. That is to say, the core aspects of Mario Kart aren't going anywhere, and of course, the core Mario Kart cast aren't either. Do not expect old courses to appear in the base game. That is interesting, because pretty much every Mario Kart since the first one that started bringing in retro tracks, which I think was Super Circuit, that was the one that had the SNES tracks in it. Pretty much every Mario Kart since then has had at least half old stages when it dropped, so I don't know why they would stop doing that. I mean, I don't know, maybe they just want to start fresh with the new content and bring it in later. The game will heavily lean into the crossover aspect, which includes characters, courses, and items. The game has reportedly been in development for about 4 years now. And given the ongoing mysterious situation with Switch 2, it'll be quite some time before you see the game in action. Regardless, it's truly an exciting prospect, and I'm extremely eager to see what Yabuki and his team have been cooking up. That's all for this article. I again apologize for the long wait. Thank you for reading, and stay safe. This is kind of interesting though, because like, a soft reboot, but he doesn't really describe what makes it a reboot. I mean, I guess he says no old courses in the base game. He said base game, so we could get old courses later. There's definitely a chance that we get all courses later, but right now I think the Reboot thing here is more so the crossoverness of it, the fact that they're probably going to lean more into other Nintendo franchises and essentially give us Super Smash Kart. I don't know if it's going to go outside of Nintendo. We'll have to wait and see. They probably would want to do that because, I mean, they were teasing like Pac-Man, like Sonic costumes in Mario Kart 8, so maybe they might bring in some outside characters just to have a reason to sell it, right? Because if they can get as many characters as possible in what will essentially be the next definitive kart racer, it's gonna do numbers. Like, it's Mario Kart 10, and you know, if it does come with the Switch 2 and they don't just milk 8 Deluxe for Switch 2, then it's gonna be a system seller. Let's put it that way. Although base Mario Kart 8 wasn't really much of a system seller because the Wii U didn't sell systems, but like, I'm looking forward to this. The fact that it's been in development for 4 years though, that's a long time, and we're not gonna get the Switch 2 until like late 2023 at the earliest. Maybe not until 2024 early, I don't know. And obviously, I'm sure some of you have already seen those Nvidia leaks that basically confirm that the Switch 2 is going to be using DLSS to do smart upscaling. So it's going to be a 4K system. Even if it's like upscaled 4K, it's going to be a 4K system. And to see Mario Kart 10 running at 4K 60 on this Switch 2 is going to be beautiful. And hopefully like 1080p at least in handheld mode. Like hopefully with an OLED screen on the Switch 2 so it looks nice and vibrant. But docked 4K 60 is gonna be sick, and hopefully there's a new level of graphical fidelity that they hit with Mario Kart 10 that makes it stand out for Mario Kart 8. Because I remember Mario Kart Wii was like graphically the best looking Mario Kart, and then 8 came out and just shat on that. And hopefully 10 comes with us the same thing, like they lean into the high-res textures, they lean into the ray tracing, all the shit they need, like with the lighting and the reflections and everything, to make it look crazy. Like this needs to be the best that Mario's ever looked. Like, I'm just so ready for it, and it better be good because we know they're gonna milk it for at least another 8 years, like just like they did the last one. If we don't get this until 2024, then Mario Kart 8 was a decade-long Mario Kart. So if they're gonna drop Mario Kart 10 in 2024, and we're not gonna be seeing Mario Kart 11 till 2034, like another 10 years. I don't think it's gonna be 10 years because it's usually one Mario Kart per system. It's just because the Wii U flopped that they milked it for an extra generation because it was a good Mario Kart. It's gonna be as long as the length of the Switch 2, so it might be 7-8 years, something like that. But if it's gonna take that long, and like by the time the next one comes out, I'm gonna be like in my late 30s. Not the next one is in 10, it's in the one after 10. When 10 comes out 2024, I'll still be in my 20s. But like the next one comes out, I'm gonna be in my late 30s. It's gonna be a long time. Like I'll be playing with my kids with that one. Like that's a long way away. So I'm just saying 10 has to be good because we know that they're gonna rinse it for a long time. That's all I'm saying, okay? So Nintendo, knock out the park. And if you're gonna branch out and add, you know, non like Mario content, there better be ARMS characters, there better be ARMS tracks, Ribbon Girl better be playable, and that's pretty much all that matters, okay? And give us ARMS 2, seriously, Yabuki, give us ARMS 2, fuck's sake. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about this. Mario Kart 10 is reportedly been in development for 4 years, and it's still coming on the Switch 2. Hopefully we get that Super Smash Kart experience and it knocks it out the park. Do you guys believe this leak? Are you looking forward to Mario Kart X? But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. More content coming soon to the channel. But it is your boy, PREMulous, Rem Gang. And I'm out.